Minecraft. It's a wonderful game where creativity and passion come to thrive. The game is a platform for so many things: storytelling, flexing your creative muscle, hard challenges, or maybe just a chill place to vibe with friends. Minecraft is a game I hold very close to my heart. I played it for years and it's one of my favorite games ever. Yet despite this, the game has a glaring design flaw that the Mojang devs know exists. And it's been in the game for over 10 years. This is Minecraft and its long struggle with Wikiism. Hey, a few quick disclaimers while I've got you on the edge of your seat here. I love Minecraft, and nothing here is to dump on the game at all, so don't worry. Also, I'm writing this video, and 1.17 is just about to release in a few days, and it's very possible that the problems I'm going to address today will be entirely gone in a few years, and that's kind of what the video is for. So if you are from the future, keep that in mind as you watch this video on your brain implant Elon Musk microchip thingy. Also, if you could leave a like and subscribe, it would make my rampant ADHD go brr, and that's pretty cool in my opinion. It helps a lot. Thanks. So, what is this glaring game design flaw that I say is so important to fix? Well, it's an issue that stems from Minecraft's earlier days. For a little bit of context, let's take a trip back in time to 1986 and take a look at a pretty niche game that you probably never heard of, The Legend of Zelda. Now, if you were to play Zelda 1 with no context at all and just jumped in, you might be a bit confused. Where do I go? What am I supposed to do? You might go into the first cave that appears and this old man will give you a sword and ramble on a bit about danger and loneliness, but from there you have no direction. Aha! You see, my dear viewer, you missed a key important thing to playing this game. The game came with a manual, and the manual has all the instructions you need to play and understand what you're doing, and where you're going, and how to even play the game in the first place. So game developers realized pretty early on that this wasn't a great way to teach the player what was going on and what to do, so there was gonna need to be a way to teach the player what they needed to know while they were playing, instead of getting them to read a book beforehand. And so, the modern tutorial was born. Now, some of you may be asking,
FICO, that's all well and good, but how does this relate to Minecraft?
oh, you sweet, innocent, naive fool. Understand that when you are designing an indie game from the ground up, your early builds will often be confusing to anyone you haven't fully explained the rules and controls to. This kind of makes it archaic, but it doesn't really matter because the game isn't for anyone to play yet. Now, as the game is built, more important things, such as teaching the players how to actually play the game, are added later on. Here's where Minecraft comes in. Minecraft's creator, Marcus Notch Person, had been releasing some early builds since 2009, but it didn't look much like the Minecraft that we know today. It wasn't until late 2010 when Notch decided to release the game's beta testing phase, and the game caught on pretty fast. So fast, in fact, that Mojang moved the game out of beta and released the full version in November of 2011. Now, this is where I pause the video and point out the thing you might see me heading towards. Minecraft, as great of a game it was, had no tutorial in the game. And this is something that the team at Mojang would realize was a pretty big mistake nearly 6 years too late. But why? Why did Mojang fail to remember a game design part that's so important? How did they miss it for so long? Well, that can be attributed to the game's quick rise to popularity. You see, by the time the game was to release, Minecraft was already on the minds of people everywhere. Mojang saw that what they had made worked and began to improve upon it with more features. But as the game grew in its size of content and its size of fan base, nobody even noticed how prevalent this issue was. Minecraft didn't need a tutorial. Everything you wanted to know, you could find easy on the internet. And that was the problem. And it's a problem that I've named Wikiism, and it's seen in many similar games. From Terraria to Stardew Valley, Wikiism is prevalent in a lot of games with more Sandbox-like elements. But Minecraft may just be the worst offender yet. You can define Wikiism as a game that needs an outside source, prior knowledge, or heavy experimentation to understand many or all of the mechanics in the game. Now, why is this such an issue? I mean, I played Minecraft, and I knew what I was meant to do. I'm doing just fine now. Well, my dear viewer, the issue with Wikiism is the fact that it can't be played blind. And for someone who's been a game design student for over 3 years now, I can't tell you how much this issue bothers me. A game that makes sure it can be understood from the very first few minutes of the game is a game that anyone can play regardless of age or experience with games. Tutorialization is actually a very complex design challenge these days, because most games are trying to make it so that you learn simply from playing the game. No text boxes or any other bits required. Here, let's pretend that you've never even heard of Minecraft before and you've booted up Minecraft 1.4. You spawn into the world and then what? You might figure out that you can break dirt and build a little house out of dirt, and maybe by pure chance you decide to punch a tree. Great, now you've got an oak log, but what do you do with it? This may sound stupid to anyone who's played Minecraft even once before. You obviously put the logs in a crafting bench and get oak planks, then use those oak planks to make a crafting table so you can make tools and sticks and all other kinds of things. But for someone who has never played Minecraft before, you don't even know what a crafting table is, much less its importance. Not to mention, you wouldn't know how to make tools or a chest or anything at all. Sure, some of this can be figured out through going through the advancements, but those are also pretty vague in a lot of things as well, and that's the only way that people can figure stuff out? This was Minecraft's biggest problem, and it's been overlooked for many years. Now, a foolish person may be thinking,
Mr. Spyco speaks? None of that stuff matters anymore. In 1.12, Mojang added the green knowledge books. Your argument is completely irrelevant now.
And to that, I say, no, you absolute baby man, it is still relevant today.
Plus it's pronounced Mojang because it's Swedish, get it right next time.
But destroying your self-confidence aside, it is still important. You were absolutely correct, Mr. I don't know how Mojang is pronounced. We did get the knowledge books, allowing us to store recipes without having any prior knowledge. However, this is not the only area that this affects. Credit where credit is due, Mojang is learning how to implement ways to get players to understand the systems that are in the game. For example, in 1.16, the Nether update, Mojang introduced the Ruined portal. This was a simple but extremely effective way to help new players figure out how to get to the Nether without outright telling them, or giving them way too much context. If a new player is exploring the world and sees one of these, their interest will be immediately piqued, and they'll try and figure out what this odd structure is. And if they follow the clues right, they'll figure out how to light the portal and enter the dangerous Nether. Another great example of this is how the secret lab under an igloo hints about how to cure zombie villagers by providing a golden apple, a weakness potion, and 2 cages, one with a villager and one with a zombie villager. Jungle temples and mansions can teach a bit of redstone, nether fortresses teach how nether wart can only grow in soul sand, etc., etc. Mojang has been trying to make their game's hidden mechanics be taught through the world without any intervention on the player's game. They know this is an issue, and they've been trying to fix it in the most Minecraft way possible. But they still do have a lot of stuff to do before it's fully fixed. Now, I've done a lot of complaining, but not much more than that. So, what's my idea for fixing this issue? Well, to figure that out, I think we need to look at how Mojang has been solving these issues already, and that's by incentivizing exploration and creativity. The devs at Mojang aren't stupid. They know the problem and are working to solve it. The Ruined Portal is genius and solves the problem in a creative way. But there's still things like getting Ender Eyes, getting to a stronghold, summoning the Wither, or so many other things that would take forever to find a different creative way to solve all those problems in the same way that Mojang has already been solving them. So what if I told you I've thought up an idea that not only can solve the problems that they haven't fixed yet, but also solidify the ones that they have, all while staying within Minecraft's core game design structure. And it's all possible because of what's coming in 1.19. You see, my dear friends, and single enemy, while 1.19 seems pretty far ahead in the future, we actually know one of the things that is already going to be included: archaeology. Archaeology was originally going to be included in 1.17, but when 1.17 got split into two different updates, 1.17 and 1.18, archaeology had to be pushed ahead to the next update because they knew it needed more time for it to be as good as the Mojang devs want it to be. And while I've seen many concepts for this new mechanic, such as powerful but limited weapons, new lore secrets, treasure beyond your wildest dreams, all these ideas do not come even close to what my idea could do. My idea is a book. Wait. Don't go. Listen, I know to simple eyes, you may not see the potential that I can see in this, but trust me, this is gonna be good. So, why is this book important? And why would it work so well with the archaeology update? Well, here's how my idea works. A player, either through exploration or crafting, will come into possession of an archaeologist's journal. What does this book do? Well, not much at first. In fact, at first it's completely empty. However, when you're excavating an archaeology site, one of the things you might be able to find is an ancient note. When you pick up this note, it can be a number of things related to more hidden mechanics of the game. These notes can be written with flavorful text that allude to the mechanics of the game without outright giving them away, such as,
"Their charred skulls can be brought to life again through the power of souls. An idea best kept a secret. The great defender of our village we create through iron and pumpkin faces. The ancient debris of their kingdom now lay deep under the nether's floor. Eyes of the Endermen look only toward the gateway to the great beast. Subscribe to Spyco Speaks."
you know, important stuff like that. The book doesn't even need to be a physical item. It could be similar to the Green Knowledge Book, and you could access it through your inventory. I got this idea from the secret notes in Stardew Valley, although those are a lot less cryptic than these are. I think that they should be a lot more cryptic to keep the player exploring and experimenting. Hi, real quick note. As I was writing this script, I saw Waddle's video on pre-release 1, and he gave an idea that you would get information about different mobs by looking at them through a spyglass, and I think that's an idea that would go hand in hand with mine. I'll leave a link to his video in the description. Mojang doesn't even need to make these just hints for the game. There could be short journal entries just for fun, pictures that explain how game mechanics work, crafting recipes, all kinds of fun things. Mojang can add personality and fun into their hints. These notes could be hidden in chests and structures, or traded with villagers, and be fun and easy to collect by everyone. This idea is quite a fantastic one, if I may pat myself on the back a bit, because not only does it solve all the issues I've mentioned, but it also leaves room for more things to do with it, and lets Mojang continue adding hints through structures without them seeming useless. Overall, it wouldn't be hard to code in, it would be easy to introduce, it would still be fun for veteran players to collect, while not limiting the player's freedom on how they play and explore. So, this basically leads us right back to the beginning. Minecraft basically takes its own Wikiism and turns it into a gameplay mechanic, so everyone's happy. Well, I mean, that is if they even consider this idea in the first place. You see, along with this video, I am going to submit a suggestion on the Minecraft Suggestions forum. My hope is that Mojang will see and use my idea to help fix their game and make it the best it can be. I'm a huge Minecraft fan since before we even had horses, and I want to fix any issues it may have. If you could, go down to the description and vote for my suggestion. It would help a lot more than just for my own ego. Thank you so much for watching this video. Being able to talk about the stuff I love is just so fantastic, and your support helps a lot. So if you made it this far into the video, you most likely liked it, please subscribe. It really does help me a lot. See you later, gamers and gamerettes. This is Spyco Speaks, signing off. Hey, you made it to the part of the video where I'm talking completely unscripted. Just want to thank you for watching the video. If I could leave a quick recommendation while the credits are going by, if you could check out my friend Amber Illusion. She has some great content that I know she's been working on, and I think it would be awesome if you could go to her channel and subscribe to her. She's got a video about netherite that's coming out soon that she actually did on my private SMP. So if you could, go subscribe to her. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to me. It really helps out a lot. Thanks to everyone that you see in the credits right now. I'm going to be working on another video. It's not going to be a video essay, but it's going to be about a minigame that I have on my private SMP that I made. So look forward to that. Have a good day, and goodbye.